Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
कैसे हैं आप?
So fine.
Welcome to the interview. हम start करेंगे. आपने have you had lunch and all set for the interview?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect. ठीक है. I was looking at your DAF and मेरे दिमाग में सबसे पहला question ये आया कि I was looking at your work experience etc. अनुष्ठा, I am recent days में बहुत debate चला हुआ है 10-minute delivery, fast home delivery etc. Everyone is jumping into this race. Zomato, Grofers, Zepto, सब यही कर रहे हैं. What is your thought on this? Is it a viable model, and maybe what are the associated challenges?
Yes, sir. There is a recent trend of the quick commerce or the 10-minute delivery ecosystem, and Grofers, which has been renamed as Blinkit, has started this. I believe it is a new innovation in the marketplace, in the e-commerce sector. However, there are a lot of challenges associated with it. First would be the safety of delivery executives. Though the startups claim that they are not incentivizing quick delivery, even then the delivery executives have certain mental pressure and they are flouting traffic rules, and which is causing a threat to their lives. Second is the profitability of the whole venture itself. Grofers recently in the newspaper reported that it had to close its dark stores, about 30 dark stores across India, because it was facing losses in this particular business. So though it is an innovation, I think there is still time left to prove whether it is a profitable venture or not.
But how are they managing this 10-minute delivery? Can every place kind of is it possible, and practically can every place give me a 10-minute delivery, whether it's a 2-kilometer distance, 5-kilometer distance? How are they managing this?
So the model that they have implemented is that they are opening dark stores, certain places which are delivering in a circumference, in a diameter of 2 kilometers, and they are particularly focusing on the main demand goods of that particular area. So they are focusing on a limited set of goods and trying to open stores within a particular area. That is how the model is being implemented.
And what's their model for determining this demand? How are they doing it?
So that is based on past data analysis of what the demand of the particular customers of a particular area has been in the past, and then they are focusing on those goods.
Right. So data, in fact, holds the key and is a major player or the major tool for that.
Yes, sir.
So do you think private companies, not only say Grofers or e-commerce companies, but across the board, could be even technology companies, etc., different kinds of startups, are they kind of using data in the best possible manner? Is it very ethical? What is your thought on that?
So a lot of data is being generated nowadays, and companies are more and more applying, using this data and opening up departments related to data science, machine learning, and the emerging technologies. As far as ethics is concerned, the bigger companies have opened up departments related to responsible AI, responsible data management. However, the upcoming startups, there is still a need for proper management of data. And also, as we don't have a comprehensive data protection law in India, there is possibility of unethical use of data.
And what could be such unethical use?
So first, improper storage of data, which can make it vulnerable to data leakages. It has been seen in the past, a lot of data of startups and companies has been leaked. Secondly, de-anonymized data. They are not using de-anonymized data, that is leading to loss of identity and loss of personal preferences of people. So data privacy issue.
Got it. And do you think the data protection bill or the act that the government is planning to bring on, will that be and are its provisions the cure to this problem?
So discussions are ongoing on the draft bill, and will they be sufficient? I'm not sure about that, but they will be a great step toward in the right direction.
Anything specific that you think is kind of that step in the right direction? Anything specific from the bill which kind of maybe which kind of maybe guides the private sector companies or any kind of users of data to safeguard interests of the general public?
So firstly, I think it will bring a legal regime of data protection, which will make companies accountable. And this is one thing I think is very important. I'm not aware of the other provisions of the bill.
Got it. No problems. And what was your role at Grofers? How was your experience dealing with data, etc.?
So I was working as a data scientist in Grofers, and my role was in the supply chain sector of Grofers, trying to optimize the delivery of last mile executives.
Okay, can you explain it a little more? Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. So I was working on a particular project in which I was supposed to optimize the routes that the drivers take. So Grofers had actually a very unique problem. Certain delivery executives had certain preferences of delivering in a particular region, and they would not deliver in other regions. So our aim was to identify those preferences using past data and plan routes for them so that we can have quicker delivery, and more delivery executives are willing to pick up those orders.
Got it. So this really kind of brings another question to my mind, and also when you mentioned the word last mile in your previous answer. So how can the government make really good use of, say, data science, machine learning, etc., to ensure effective last mile delivery?
So government has a lot of data related to last mile in different sectors, agriculture, industry. Firstly, we need to capitalize on that data. We need to have a comprehensive database for all the data that is collected. And we also need to collect more data, which firstly is lacking. Second, I think that government can, in this particular way, data science and data analytics can help track supply chains for agriculture, for other things, which can help government come up with better schemes, better policies to implement, to improve our supply chain sector and hence the logistics, and make our manufacturing and other industries more viable.
But if I talk about the last mile, a lot of it is, especially in my opinion, a lot of it would consider or would include a lot of vulnerable sections of the society. And we can, I think, specifically talk about this. We'll keep the industry aside. We'll keep the large scale sectors aside. But in terms of the vulnerable sections of the society, the people who need effective delivery of government schemes, how can they benefit, or how can the government design something that may be using data science and machine learning, again, specifically, that the benefits reach them? So for instance, I think one of the former prime ministers mentioned this, that out of say 100 rupees or say a 1 rupee, it is only 15% that actually reaches the last mile. Can we kind of enhance that?
So we will come.
Carry on.
So with the coming of the DBT model, this has been improved. However, yes, we can use data science and machine learning to further improvise this. First, so using data analytics and data science, we will be able to map areas and regions of India whereas last mile delivery is lacking. First, if we are able to analyze and map those particular regions, then we will be we can have specific focus on those particular areas. Secondly, when we are using data science and data analytics, we can have greater insight into what percentage of population at a particular region is getting their benefits in a specific time, which percentage of people are lagging, and what is their economic status, and how is the schemes impacted them. So we will gain a very transparent insight into all the process, which can help us target the schemes in a better way.
Got it. Thanks, Anushtha. So yeah, I think that is all from my end. I'll pass it on to Weber for more questions. Varun, sorry. Yeah.
Hello, Anushtha. How are
Hello,
you
sir.
today?
So fine.
Okay. So if you want to explain artificial intelligence to a layman, how would you do that?
So artificial intelligence is actually the idea of making machines intelligent. We are trying to transfer the human intelligence into machines. To simplify this, a normal computer program, we give them the rules to implement certain things. Like, for example, if I were to detect a tumor, say, I will tell the computer that this tumor looks like this. If it looks like this is a tumor. However, in artificial intelligence, specifically machine learning, what we are trying to do is we are trying to make machine learn the rules themselves. We are not telling them the rules, but we are trying to make them learn the rules from the past data.
Do you think it is simple enough that a layman will understand this?
So I can try one more time.
You can work on it. Okay. So I see very impressive curriculum achievements of yours. What is this drowsy driver detection?
So, sir, this was a research paper we worked on during our college. This was based on detecting. So this problem was that we were trying to detect whether a driver is drowsy or not while driving using vehicular, physiological, and environmental features using machine learning models.
How do you do that?
So there were physical sensors attached to the person. There were vehicular sensors, and then there were environmental sensors. Physiological sensors can be heartbeat, pulse rate, etc. There were vehicular sensors like what is the environment outside? Is it dark? Is it day, etc. Now we were trying, so these features that we got, we were trying to use models and predict whether given a certain set of features, the driver is drowsy or not.
So there are high chances of false alarm in this case, right?
Yes,
Do you agree
yes.
to that?
Yes, sir. Yes, there are high chances of false alarm, but as the data indicates, in India, in 2020, there was this data release that 40% of road accidents are due to drowsiness of a particular driver. So if we are even able to alert the person that you may be drowsy or there is certain problem, false alarm is less harmful than possibly a positive case missed.
What is a normal heart rate in normal condition?
So it can vary from 60 to 72.
And what will be the heart rate when a person is feeling drowsy?
So it will decrease. It will be 60 or maybe even lesser.
Okay. Okay. So what is the ratio of accidents? Like, what is the percentage of accidents casualty in India?
Percentage of accidents casualty in road accidents. So I don't know.
Okay. So has government done anything on improving road safety in India in recent years?
Yes, sir. There have been steps taken to improve the road safety. For example, there is a particular project by the Delhi government, which is called the Zero Fatality Corridor, which aims at identifying black spots in accident-prone areas and making them more pedestrian-friendly and car-friendly.
Is there any initiative by central government also?
Central government is also working on the similar lines for highways and other roads.
You belong to Punjab, right?
So I belong to Delhi, but my father used to belong from Punjab.
Okay. So how you can use your knowledge of data and AI in solving the problems of farmers?
So there are numerous applications how data science or AI can help in farmers. First is precision agriculture, using multiple sensors and using the past data of how the particular soil moisture has been, the rain has been, the fertilizers that have been used, and what has been the yield. We can in future predict what will be the optimal amount of fertilizers to be used, optimal amount of pesticides to be used. Secondly, we can also not only help in agriculture, we can also help in animal husbandry sector in tracking the output of milk cows and others, so that we can take preventive steps in determining their diseases and treating them. Even in diagnosis of diseases of milk cows, there have been initiatives taken to detect their diseases using AI.
Okay. What will be the role of AI? Because whatever you are saying that, I can infer that it can be easily done using data analytics. There is no role of AI in this. What will be the role of AI in improving farmers' health?
So particularly if AI, if I were to talk about AI, the first thing that can directly use AI is land segmentation problems. So farmers have a lot of problems with delineating their boundaries of farms. When we are using satellite imagery and we are using land revenue records, at that point of time, we can automatically detect the boundaries of various farmlands, which can help in digitizing these. And we will need lesser manual help in digitization of farm records, and AI can play a larger role here and help in automating this process, which may be needed periodically.
Do you think it will be feasible and advisable to do such kind of mapping using remote sensing or AI when the disputes people very well know in rural areas, where what is the percentage of where their boundary is, and still disputes happen? So will AI will be useful anyhow in this matter?
So definitely disputes will need to be handled by the people themselves, but I think AI will play a larger role in updating these records, because record updation will need it to be carried out periodically. And for every time you need to update the land records, you need lots of people, lots of staff to do this, rather than having an AI assistant for this particular purpose may help this solve the tedious task.
Okay. So you still play badminton, or UPSC has taken out of you?
So I do play badminton with my brother whenever I get time.
Okay. ठीक है. I'll pass on to Varun sir.
All right. Thank you. Anushtha.
Yes, sir.
You have earlier talked about one of the challenge related to this fast e-commerce, Zepto and everything, that profitability is one of the key challenge here, right?
Yes, sir.
And as you have seen recently that government is claiming that India has grown, there has been a lot of unicorns around that. And in all the unicorns, if we see, they are not profitable. So what is your take on that? Are these models sustainable?
So yes, a lot of unicorns that there are in our country today, they are not profit making. However, I think that they are great. They are great ideals of innovation, and how can newer services in newer areas can be catered to, and how urban centers can have newer services. The sustainability of model, I think that will, I think, need more time. But even then, I think they're great modes of innovation.
So they are good for innovation, but not for business.
So I think I'm unsure about sustainability as such. But even though they are in losses right now, they are doing a fine business.
All right, all right. Not making money, but creating innovations. Okay, then next move to next question. You have spent most of your time in Delhi. You have studied over here. You have been graduate of a DU. And I'm sure you are aware about the local issues which prevail in Delhi. Let's say you clear the examination this time and you have been appointed as a commissioner in any of the MCD in Delhi. So what will be the 3 most top priorities which you would like to solve over there?
So if I were to clear the exam and get my training, I would like to firstly solve the issue of women's security. Those steps are being taken by the government. I think Delhi still has that image of being insecure for women. So women's security will be my first issue. Secondly, would be traffic management. Though we have a good public transportation system, but more needs to be done. And more effective management of traffic is required. Third would be crime mapping. We need to identify more areas, particularly through analytics and other emerging technologies, and have pinpoint focus on certain areas and improve the crime rate, so that we can also improve tourism and other attractive and make the city more attractive for foreigners.
Right. Do you think that crime management is the role of Commissioner of MCD?
No, sir, not particular.
One thing you have mentioned that Delhi has a kind of image with regard to women's security. Is that just an image or any reality in that?
So it's actually a reality, because even the recent NCRB report stated that out of 19 cities, Delhi had the highest rate of violence against women and had very high rape cases. So yes, it is a reality and we need to work on it.
So how, being an MCD commissioner, you will work over women's security?
So I think one way of working is definitely installation of more identifying the dark spots, and installation of CCTV cameras. And in fact, moving forward, even certain alert system based on CCTVs, where we can recognize abnormal activity and send alerts to the central control system, which can identify such things. And we can have more installation of panic buttons in dark areas or in alleys where we know that it has higher crime rate.
Okay, fine. Next thing is, I can see in your DAP that you have also appeared for the CDS examination. Yes, and I'm assuming that now you are giving administrative services exam. So just give me your reason for preference for administrative services vis-a-vis defense services.
So administrative services actually has been a preferable job to me because of the public facing nature and the diversity of work that I get. And I have wanted to work in a particular job where I can have direct impact and is more closer to grassroots. So that is why administrative services is more preferable than CDS.
All right, fair enough. Recently, in Delhi, you have seen that central government has passed a bill for merging all the 3 MCDs. Do you see any merit in that with respect to delivering on the grassroots?
So yes, I think it has certain merit in delivering in grassroots, because after the trifurcation of the MCDs into 3 sections, the North and East MCD were under severe economic losses. And in fact, the South MCD had more posh colonies under it and could gain more taxes and revenue. So, and in this particular way, the MCDs in the North and East were suffering and were not able to deliver quality public services. So a merging of the 3 MCDs would help managing resources optimally and perform well.
So why the trifurcation was done earlier? It was actually 1 MCD earlier before, and now trifurcation was done, I think, in the 2011-12. So hasn't it served the right purpose?
So the trifurcation was done to devolve more powers and to devolve powers and work more closely to the ground. But there have been, but rather than it being a very successful move, there have been severe economic losses to the MCD. So yes, that merits the assimilation now.
So the trifurcation has not worked out, you are saying, right?
Yes, sir, not effectively.
Because of economic issue.
Yes, sir.
So how does merging all these MCD is going to generate overall more revenue for the government of Delhi?
So it would avoid duplication of resources, and we will have a central machinery, and hence we can save in that particular direction. And because there will be a central authority, so the coordination between efforts of various departments will be much more easier.
All right, fair enough. One thing you have mentioned that you read non-fiction book. How many non-fiction book you read a year? How many you have read in past 1 year? Apart from your UPSC preparation.
So I've read 2 and I've started 1.
Which is the recent one you have started?
Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
All right. So what is the meaning for you choosing for the civil services as your career? Not related to the what answer you have given for the defense services. I can see that you have worked in the private sector, the data science, the machine learning. It has a lot of role for the future, right? You have worked in the startups as well, and you can see that that sector is growing. So if I say that, how does the meaning for your life changes from private to the government sector? How do you see that?
So I have worked in the startup. Even I have tried my hand at research and worked in a corporate company as well for an internship. And what I strongly felt was that there was I think that civil services will help me achieve a more create a more direct impact and have much shorter terms of gratification. Some people may have longer terms of gratification and may value that in terms of research or the things that they are doing. But I think it's a better job fit for me, and it will help me create a more direct impact and use my technological bent of mind, given that there is so much emphasis on technology even in the government sector today.
What is the short-term gratification you are talking about?
By short-term gratification, I mean that the efforts that I'm putting into the projects or the work that I'm doing, I can see the impact being created and the outcomes in front of me in a certain period of time.
All right, all right. Although in the administrative services, it takes a lot of time to actually mobilize resources, implement policies, and realize its impact on the ground. So you should be ready for that as well, if it's taking a lot of time.
Okay, sir, sure.
All right, fair enough. So your interview is over, Anushtha.